When Carol and I first went to Mafui, we fell in love with the animals. And then the people. We wanted to do what we could to help stop the devastating poaching in the area. And we wanted to connect with the local organizations to understand the challenges they face and what they really needed to help them achieve their goals. One of our first connections was with Rachel at Conservation South Woongwa.
They've both worked very hard, but it is not an exaggeration that without Carol, Africa Hope Fund wouldn't have happened.
We helped sponsor their first detection dogs. We funded scouts in the field and desnaring programs. We supported chili patrols and solar-powered fences to protect village crops from the animals. We asked the boots on the ground what they needed, from GPS units to solar flashlights, and we did our best to make it happen.
The conservation organizations we work with have made a huge impact on poaching in Zambia. For example, since 2016, elephant poaching has been reduced by 90% in Lower Zambezi. In the Lugwana Valley, where wild dogs were nearly annihilated, they now have the highest and densest population of painted dogs in the country. Every animal we desnare not only saves that individual animal, but also saves generations of their offspring.
Most people in rural Zambia are subsistence farmers and have viewed the animals as dangerous and the enemy that destroys their crops. Very early on, Carol and Steve realized that poaching would never stop without educating the community about the value of their precious wildlife. And for children, education is the key to getting good-paying jobs as adults.
When Steve and Carol first went to Mafui, they were shown a school that a local NGO said was hopeless. It was run by the local villagers with no trained teachers, no books, no desks, and just a few dilapidated classrooms. Even so, hundreds of kids showed up every day because they were eager to learn. Carol persuaded her Rotary group to help build 3 new classrooms. Then she worked with the Zambian government to bring in certified teachers. Yoba, the school that was once considered hopeless, now serves over 1,000 students and is rated number 12 out of the 50 schools in its district.
In Zambia, children have to pass year-end exams in English in order to go beyond the 7th grade. However, English instruction doesn't start in schools until the 5th grade, which doesn't give most students enough time to become proficient. So over the years, Africa Hope Fund has opened up 5 reading centers connected to 5 primary schools. We have equipped them with books, supplies, and Zambian-approved curriculum. People on our annual volunteer trips also bring over supplies, games, puzzles, and lots of other things for the children to enjoy. We have covered salaries for our 19 dedicated reading assistants and given them extensive training over the years. Our centers serve more than 2,500 students every day, and the schools that they are connected to rank among the top 20 in the entire district.
The reading centers have also become important community centers. For example, about 20 local women in Mafui wanted to learn English. So our reading assistants began teaching Saturday morning classes for them. The women spoke no English and they didn't even know how to write their names, but they came and learned. Soon each of them could apply for a government microloan of $50. They pooled their resources and started the Balbo Craft Shop. In their roadside shop, they sew, weave, carve, craft, and sell items to tourists.
Another way we've supported the economic future of women and girls is by sponsoring female scouts and conservationists. Until just a few years ago, these good-paying jobs were not available to women. Now, all the conservation groups we support have female teams doing the work that previously only men were allowed to do. We've supported training women to do field research. We've helped fund female scouts, as well as the first all-female team of scouts in Zambia.
One surprising barrier to education for girls has to do with water. More than 40% of rural Zambians have no access to safe water, and traditionally, girls are responsible for carrying water from the rivers to their families. It can be an all-day task. Makalakoli Drilling Foundation has drilled 300 wells, called boreholes, and we've helped fund 5 of those boreholes. Each borehole provides safe water for more than 200 people for life. This allows the girls to pursue their education and gives them a chance for a much brighter future.
Another barrier to education for all children in Zambia is the cost of schooling. In Zambia, school is not free after the 7th grade, and many families cannot afford to pay. Working with Chippambele Wildlife Education Center, we've helped find sponsors for over 48 students to cover costs through high school and college. As part of being sponsored, the students join Chippambele's conservation clubs to learn about their precious natural resources.
We've been supporting schools and sponsoring children long enough that we've been able to see many of these children become adults. Without this support, these bright, eager kids would have ended up as subsistence farmers like their parents. But because they were able to get an education, they've been able to pursue careers, and many of them have become leaders in conservation.
What's amazing to most of our donors is how much can be accomplished with very little. The salary of a reading assistant who provides instruction to more than 100 students every day is just $1,500 per year. The salary for a trained scout out in the field who catches poachers and finds snares is just $200 per month. It costs only $60 per month to equip a chili patroller who protects multiple crops. It costs only $5,000 to open and equip a new reading center that serves an average of 500 children every day. In the past 16 years, we've raised almost $2.5 million, and that money has made an incredible difference to the communities we serve and the wildlife that surrounds them.
And we're not done yet. We envision many more projects in Zambia, from new boreholes to new reading centers. We want to keep supporting efforts like research and scouts in the field that protect the wildlife. And we want to continue giving children in Zambia the chance for a better future. With your support, together we can continue the work we've started and give Carol the best birthday ever.